Hello, New Wave of British Heavy Metal.com here again. It's the 20th of December 2020, and now we'll look at Kim Mitchell's recently released new album, Big Fantasize. Before we do that, the usual opening plea, if I may, again, and that's if you would please subscribe to the channel. That'd be a big help and certainly appreciated. Thank you. Right, Kim Mitchell. Big Fantasize. It's his first album since Ain't Life Amazing, which came out around about, now when was it? It must be about 13, 14 years ago, so it'll be around 2006-ish. And Kim's been a bit quiet ever since, but thankfully back. And the Big Fantasize is a little bit more chilled out, I suppose you could say, than you might be used to from Kim. There's nothing here like Go for Soda, for example. You know, the big chunky rockers that he's probably arguably best known for since Max Webster split many years ago. However, that said, the album really is a grower. Once you get into it, give it some time, give it a few spins. It might be more chilled out from Kim than you might be used to, but it really is a good album nonetheless. Now, I remember way back, it would have been, 1978, 1979, I went to see Rush on the then Hemispheres tour with some person I thought called Max Webster on the support. So, Max Webster, who the hell's he? Who knew? But when the band wandered on stage and you find out that Max Webster isn't a he, it's a them, and Kim Mitchell's fronting it, man, when they started their support slot for Rush on that night, blown away. Big Max Webster fan ever since, big Kim Mitchell fan ever since, and that includes all Kim's solo stuff as well. And I'm still a big fan 40 odd years later. But that's another thing, isn't it? But finally, again, Kim's got round to releasing the Big Fantasize, so I had to go out and buy it, and I did, and I'm glad I did. Now, Kim has always thrown in the odd quieter, softer ballad in the past. I think things like Patio Lanterns is probably the prime example. And whereas by and large on the Big Fantasize, the songs are of a similar style to that, as opposed to the chunky rockers that I mentioned earlier. Nonetheless, everything here is expertly composed and performed. That certainly can't be faulted. But for me as a long-time fan, the lack of those big, quirky, chunky rockers like Go for Soda and Kim cutting loose on the guitar are missing for me because, man, Kim can shred. The closest we get to anything like that here on the Big Fantasize, probably Two Up to Be Down, is, yeah, I guess that would more or less qualify-ish. Of the rest of them, we've got songs like Red Horizon, which is a chilled out, stripped back, quiet opener, along with songs like Wishes and Georgian Bay, give me the impression that Kim's been a bit reflective and retrospective. The Best I Never Had threatens to break out into one of those rockers, but doesn't quite manage it. But even so, overall, you can't fault anything that Kim's done here. Expertly produced and performed, and it does grow on you. If you're feeling like you need to chill out a little bit, have a little bit of a relax, put this on and it'll get you there. But for me, the best bit are the 4 extra tracks at the end, which were recorded live in the studio. Now, this for me, as I say, as a long-time fan, is the special bit. Because those 4 songs demonstrate what Kim and indeed Max Webster were about, really. First up, we've got Lager and Ale, which is one of those chunky rockers from Kim's early days as a solo artist after Max Webster split. We've also got Rockland Wonderland, which is another Kim solo classic. A sublime version of Paradise Skies from Max Webster's Million Vacations album. And that, for those of you in the UK like me and the very old like me, might remember Max Webster performing Paradise Skies miming Paradise Skies on Top of the Pops even. So that's still a classic, and we've also got a really extended version of All We Are. So that's the best part for me, those N4 songs. But as I say, that everything here can't be faulted for composition or performance, and the album really does grow on you after a few spins. But I do still miss the likes of Gurfa Soda and Rock and Roll Duty. If there was anything like that in here, it'd really push it up a notch for me. But still enjoyable, still good, and Kim still got it. As always, if you would like to check it out, there is a link in the description underneath the video to the album on Amazon and also the review on the website, so you can do that if you'd like to. Please subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And as always, thanks for watching, thanks for listening, and take care.